What's your name, my brother? Buck. Y'all a couple? Y'all related at all? Okay, see, y'all don't even know each other. Okay, I'm sorry about that. How you doing, my sister back there? How you doing? I'm doing well myself. You had a question, right?
Oh, no, I'm just saying hello.
Okay. Well, the brother, he walked you up here.
Yes.
He said that you said something about buying on the Sabbath day, right? Come closer, come a little closer. Because guess what? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we all knew something before the transatlantic slave trade. We knew something before the sub-Saharan slave trade, and that was God's laws, right? Did you know what was in God's law about buying and selling on the Sabbath?
I did not.
Do you know you're an Israelite according to the Bible?
According? Yes.
You know that?
Yes.
What about y'all? Y'all know that? Okay,
Yes.
let's start there. Deuteronomy chapter 28.
No.
Because we are the Israelites according to the Bible. Buck, you special. Alright, God chose you above all people upon the face of the earth.
That's right.
What was your name, my sister? Mariah, you special. God chose you, alright? Y'all not up here for no reason. And likewise with you, my sister. Watch this, read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God told the Israelites, do what I say. He said, if you don't do what I ask you to do, you're going to be cursed above all people upon the face of the earth, right? Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing, right? Watch this, read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Who was cursed in the city? In Harlem, New York, when we first get, who was the first stocks and bonds in Harlem, New York? We was. We was bought and sold in the city. Look, when we got off them auction blocks, look at that sign right there. That's how we were cursed in the city. We didn't have no stake in the city. We was only slaves. Watch this, read.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Look at these fields. There's fields there. Look at the fields right there. Who was cursed in the fields? We were. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We were cursed in the cotton field, the papaya plantation, the rice plantations, any type of plantation you can think of, even picking rubber in Belgium. We were cursed in them fields, right or wrong. So who was God talking to right here? He was talking to us. Watch this. Give me verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Mariah, you got any children? No? How old are you? Okay. Certainly you might have some kids. You got kids? You didn't have any children either? Okay. So you gotta be, everybody come from somebody, so you have a mother, right? Now think about it. I got kids. A lot of these brothers out here got kids, right? Read that part again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So God said your sons and daughters will be given into another people. Have you ever seen the movie 12 Years a Slave? Or Roots? How they would take our sons and daughters and sell them to other people? Y'all never seen that before? What about Django? You ever seen Django? Well, believe it or not, this is history, brother. This is history, Buck. They took our sons and daughters from us and they started selling them to other people. Now, what would you do if that happened to you? How would you feel?
Awful.
Right. But if you had a kid, right? How old are you? 17. You 17. Imagine you a 30-year-old man and you got kids, right? And somebody stripped all your children from you and sold them to somebody else. How would you feel about that? You feel mad. You will feel sad. You will feel all kinds of emotions. But guess what? This happened to us. Watch this. Read on.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fare with longing for them all the day long.
So what is that saying happen? We cried for our children. We cried for our children, but we couldn't do nothing about it. Watch this. Read.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
That's what I mean by we couldn't do nothing about it. God took our might from us. Now let's go back. Let's take a few steps back. Why did this happen to us? Why did this happen to us, Mariah? What did it say in the beginning? Watch this, because I got to make it clear before y'all leave today. Watch this, read.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If you don't listen to God's voice, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So why did that happen to us? Because we didn't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God and keep his commandments. All right, give me verse 48.
Yes, sir. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
So over here in this land, right? Because was we here at first? Most of us wasn't, right? Well, some of us wasn't. A lot of our people was here. But for the people that came over here on slave ships, we didn't originate in this land. You understand what I'm saying? Read that part again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So when we came over here, who was against us? Our enemies, which God sent against us. Read on.
In hunger.
So where you shop? What's your favorite restaurant? Right. Now you would think with Popeyes that we would own that, right? Because it's fried chicken, right? But we don't own that.
Right.
Who owned Popeyes? The white man owned Popeyes.
That's right.
Read that part again.
And in hunger.
So he says you're going to have to go to your enemies in hunger. Right? Where you like to shop for food at? Where you grocery shop at? Walmart, right? Who owned Walmart? The Walton family, Sam Walton. Is that our nation of people? So the Bible stands true. It says we would have to go to our enemies in want of hunger. Read on.
And in thirst.
If you thirsty, water fall free from the sky. There's drainage systems that go out into the lakes. There's a whole system in the U.S. But you got to pay a water bill. You see what I'm saying? And on that water bill that you pay, most of the water is not even drinkable.
Bring it out.
Did you know that? There's more microplastics in our water, more chlorine, chemicals in our water than ever before. But guess what? We forced to bathing and drinking. We cursed double time.
Right.
Says you will have to go to your enemies in thirst. You like to drink Pepsi, Coca-Cola? What's your favorite drink? Sweet tea. Do our people own that? Lipton tea. Do our people own Lipton?
Bring it out.
No. God said you're going to have to go to your enemies for thirst. Read on.
And in nakedness.
Your clothes that you got on. The clothing that you have on. Did our people make that? Did it say made in black, made in African American? It don't say that, do it? You want to know why? Because our people didn't make it.
Right.
As much cotton as our people pick, you would think we have some type of shares of these companies. But guess what? We don't own none of it.
Right.
Because God said you were going to have to go to your enemy in want of what?
In want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So it says in want of all things, right? You got some nice glasses on. There's some nice specs. You didn't get them from your people, though. Likewise with you, sister, them some nice glasses. The product that you put in your hair, our people didn't make that. Your shoes, your skincare, any medicine that you get, anything that we get, guess what? We gotta go to our enemy and want of all things. You see what I'm saying? Read that again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. That's it.
Until he have destroyed thee. Now let's look at the yokes of iron that was placed upon our necks. What is this right here? Take a good look at this, because this is your history. This is our history right here. And it's recorded in the Holy Bible. Why did your pastors never teach you any of this? Because they went to their enemy in one of all things, including that education that they got.
Bring it out.
See what I'm saying? They didn't get it from our people. They didn't get it from the true prophets. They didn't get it from God. Because they teach you to go to church on Sundays.
Right.
Right? They teach you to go to eat. They say it's okay to eat shrimp, shrimp, crabs, and lobster.
Right.
That's not okay according to the Bible.
Right.
You understand that? But these yokes of iron that they placed upon our neck, it says, until he have destroyed us. Think about it. How did they destroy us? We still here, right? We still generating. A lot of us still having children, right? So how did they destroy us?
Bring it out.
They destroyed us mentally.
Bring it out.
Now they don't have to beat us up. We beat each other up.
Right.
They say, oh, okay, we're going to put you here. We're going to put you in these projects. We're going to do experiments on you. And y'all going to beat each other up. You're going to gangbang on one another. We don't even got to do nothing to you no more. Now we kill each other.
Bring it out.
Now our sisters hate each other. Now the man is at odds with the woman. See what I'm saying? We're supposed to marry our women, not sleep from woman to woman. That ain't of God.
Right.
We're not supposed to be doing that. You see what I'm saying?
All of the enemy, them a go be a prey one day. Oh, what time for rise up, rise up. This are your kingdom of fall right now. Your time up, time up. This is the work of God. This are your kingdom reach to the stage of decadence. The water rise up and it's very evident. We come to claim our roots and take back our heritage. We were never savages, taken from the decayed state. No my kindred wake, meditating scriptures and increase with faith. While leading reach destruction await. Bind them kings with chain. Our time to rise up, rise up. This are your kingdom of fall right now. Your time.
Hey, Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. This is Captain Immanuel. Subscribe to IUIC Arkansas on YouTube. First and foremost, scan that QR code. Follow us on all platforms to help us push this truth. Facebook, Instagram, X.com, TikTok, need I say more? Everything. Just type in IUIC Arkansas and hit the follow or subscribe button, alright? Most High in Christ bless.
Watch this. Give me verse 68. So let's take a few steps back because I want y'all to understand. Who is these curses happening to? Us, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Why is the curses happening to us? Because we did not listen to God in the wilderness with Moses. All right. Who is this people that God said it was going to happen to? The Israelites. So now we know that we are the Israelites according to the Bible. We're not black. We're not African American. We're not coons. We're not spics. Is there a language called black? What about a landmass? Can you go to a land called black? But the Chinese can go to China and they speak Chinese. You see what I'm saying? Why can't we do those things? Because we were cursed. We are God's chosen people. Watch this. Give me what you got.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So God said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again. Now, mind you, we had just walked out of Egypt, right? So what is this Bible saying right here, right now? I'm finna show you. The scripture say read precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. So you can get the understanding. Read.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. Read. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
So he's finna define Egypt for you, right? You listening back there, my sister? Watch this, read.
Out of the house of bondage.
So it says out of the house of bondage. So Egypt means what? Bondage. Now we had just walked out of Egypt when we was in bondage. You see what I'm saying? So what does the word Egypt mean? It means bondage or slavery.
Right.
All right? Y'all understand that? You got that? All right. Exodus 13 and 14. All right. So we got to make it plain. Because these things we got to really put into our mind. We got to give yourself a perspective. All these things is happening to our people. All the abortion clinics is in our neighborhoods.
Right.
All the big major alcohol places in our neighborhoods. Crack is sold in our neighborhoods. Gang violence is going on in our neighborhoods. This stuff ain't happening to nobody else. Just our people. That's a sign to let you know who you are. Watch this, read.
Exodus chapter 13 and verse 14. And it shall be, when thy son asks thee in the time to come, saying, what is this? That thou shalt say unto him, by strength of hand the Lord brought us out from Egypt.
Out from what?
From Egypt.
See what it means?
From the house of bondage.
So there you go again. The word Egypt means bondage or slavery.
Right.
Back to Deuteronomy chapter 28, 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into what again? Slavery. It says he's going to bring you to slavery again, right? You right. You absolutely on point. You smart, my brother. Watch this. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So how did we come over here? What form of transportation? You agree with that? He said ships. Slave ships, right?
That's right.
You agree with that? Read it again. I want you to understand the point.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Slavery again by what?
With ships.
Is slave ships in the Bible? Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
You go into slavery on ships. That's a slave ship, right? Where did he just read that out of? The Bible.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Read it.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Meaning exactly how the Bible said it was going to happen. That's exactly how it happened, my brother. My sister, watch this, read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Have you seen your homeland? No. Have you? No. God said we won't see it no more again until Christ come back. Read.
And there.
And there, meaning when you got off the slave ships.
Right.
What happened when we got off the slave ships? What's the first thing they did? Just think about it. What was that, sis? Sister said sold.
That's right.
Let's see if this sister got wisdom. Read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So you were exactly right.
That's right.
The Bible is exactly right. We were sold unto our enemies. Read.
For bond men.
That's a slave man, Buck. Read.
And bond women.
That's a slave woman. Read on.
And no man shall buy you.
And nobody gonna be able to redeem us until Christ redeem us out of this captivity. Y'all understand that? So who are we according to the Bible? We the Israelites. That's right. You agree with that? Who are we, sister? We are the Israelites according to the Bible. We are God's chosen people.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is